The other week, I was asked to help out with some trimming of a garden up north from where I live. When I asked for specifications, I was told to make the garden look orderly but natural. Starting off with the shrub here, I thinned out the insides so that the property owner could see the branches inside the plant, but keep its shape and keep it from touching the other plants. She seemed pleased with this, so I moved on to the other plants independently. For this yew tree, I immediately knew that I had to trim back the new growth, but that didn't seem like enough. I was looking around at its branches sticking out at odd angles and leaving wood exposed, so I decided to cut the branches so that the wood couldn't be seen, but the yew could keep its scraggly shape. For the large boxwood, I used a hedge trimmer instead of my Felco pruners. It makes it go much faster and allows me to shape it more drastically. While I was asked not to make shapes in this garden initially, the property owner gave me permission to make this boxwood look kind of like an egg, so that's what I did. I started by trimming the base as far back as I could without exposing bare wood or holes. Then I trimmed up the rest of the plant. I made sure to keep my hedger at a consistent angle rather than trimming one section at a time, so I held my hedger steady and walked around the shrub, keeping an even pattern. The southwestern area of the boxwood was an issue because it had grown out so much further than the rest of the plant, and so was woodier when I trimmed it, but it worked out in the end. I used my hedger on this heather as well. It wasn't too much of an issue, so I just trimmed it back to shape it up and keep it away from the grass, as the property owner's husband had instructed. After the initial trimming, I went back and made some natural-looking waves in the plant because the top seemed a bit too orderly for the property owner's taste. After changing that, she seemed satisfied. The spruce tree I set out to trim was an issue just because of how sticky it was when I trimmed it. I used my Felcos for the disorderly branches that had expanded beyond the rest of the tree, but used my hedger to cut large swaths of it at once. It took a while, but I was eventually able to trim it up and smoothen it out while keeping the wavy and globular shape it had before.